Hi, this is Edward Troxel. For today's tutorial, we had a question on the forum that asked, how do I create a folder in the media pool from a script? And then the question kind of expanded from there. Well, if I can create a folder, can I create a directory structure based on a directory structure on the hard drive? And the answer is yes, you can. So let's take a look to see how you would do that with a script. We start off with all of our usual stuff all the way down to here, and then we're going to create a folder browser dialog, which I called FBD, and that's a new folder browser dialog. Then I set some stuff for the folder browser dialog. For example, the description is select the folder to check. Show new folder button, I said false. The root folder I set to my computer. And then we get the dialog result after showing the dialog. If the dialog result is okay and we had a selected path, then we're going to get that selected folder from the fdb.selectedPath. Now we're going to process that folder. Now the reason we put this into a subroutine is because it's actually going to be a recursive subroutine. So for every folder inside this folder, it's going to call process folder. So it's just going to call this same routine over and over again. And I'm also going to pass to it the root media bin. Once we have other bins created, those will also be passed to this process folder routine instead. So here's the process folder routine. I'm passing it the folder name and the root media bin that I want all the stuff in this folder put in. So first thing I'm going to do is get the directory name, and this is a new system.io.directory.info, and we're going to pass it the selected folder, and we're going to get the name of that folder. Then I'm going to create a new bin that's a new media bin with that name. And then inside the previous bin, which is the bin that we passed it, is where I'm going to add this new bin. Now all of these files in this folder is going to go into this new bin. And then I just threw this on here to update the Vegas UI as it was being processed. Then for each string file in directory.get files in this selected folder that we passed to this routine, we're going to try and create a media from this file. So media, new media equals new media from the file that we just passed it. We're going to try because sometimes it's going to fail, and if it fails, it's going to jump down here to the catch and do nothing. If it succeeds in creating the new media, I'm going to check to see, does it have video or does it have audio? If it has video or has audio, then I want to add the new media file. Now in my testing, for some reason, it was adding some that did not have media or audio to the root bin. That's on the main part instead of this folder, and so I just went ahead and put this in here just in case. That way, if for some reason like an SFK file gets added, this will remove it immediately. But it shouldn't get added, and it should pop down here to this catch anyway. And then after we've processed all the files in that folder, we're going to go through for each string directory in directory.get directories from this selected folder, and then we're going to call process folder. This is what makes it recursive, and we're going to pass it the directory that we wanted to process, and we're also going to pass it this new bin that we created. So everything in this folder will now be inside this new bin. And we'll scroll on down so you can see the rest of the script here, and sometimes I don't show this bottom part, so we'll go ahead and show this bottom part in this one. So let's see how this works. First of all, I have a January 2024 cruise folder that has several subfolders in it. And each one of these folders has additional files in it. We want all of those files to be added inside that same folder in the project media. So let's see how this works. Now you might be wondering, why are they all showing up in this one file? Well, we're not looking at our actual bin structure. If we come down here to custom bins, we will see that we have our January 2024 cruise. And if we open that up, we have all of our subfolders listed. So if I go to here, we see the 3 files that were in that base folder. And then if I go to any of these subfolders, you will see that I have all of the files that were inside those subfolders. So as you can see, using the script, we were able to duplicate that entire folder structure in the project media, and it imported every video file and audio file that was in that directory structure. For some reason, it is still trying to pull in some SFK files and some other files like that. Even with the delete file on there, when I exited the Vegas program and came back to it, it asked me about a replacement file for a file that wasn't there. So if you wanted to specify these file types do not get looked at, you could easily add that to the script. So I hope you find this tutorial useful. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next tutorial. Please sign up at www.JETDV.com and subscribe on YouTube to get further notifications on when new videos are presented.